How does player tracking data reveal hidden basketball impact? Imagine watching a game and thinking you see everything a player does. Now picture a tool that captures every move, every step, and every interaction on the court. That's what player tracking data does. It records where players are at all times, how fast they move, how far they cover, and even how they position themselves during plays. This detailed info goes way beyond points, rebounds, or assists. It helps us see the full story of how a player influences the game. For example, tracking data can tell us about shot types and where players shoot from, whether they pull up for a jump shot or drive to the basket. It also measures passing actions, like how often a player creates scoring chances for teammates or makes secondary passes that lead to points. Touches near the basket and points scored per touch give us a sense of how involved a player is in the offense. On defense, it shows us how often players contest shots, protect the rim, or grab contested rebounds. Movement metrics are also key. They show how fast players run, how much ground they cover, and how they position themselves relative to opponents and teammates. This helps analysts understand skills and tendencies that don't show up on a box score. More advanced uses of tracking data include measuring how players position themselves to help on defense or attack. This is called spatial awareness and helps reveal how well players understand the court. It also shows how much attention a player draws from defenders, known as player gravity. When a player attracts a lot of defensive focus, it creates space for teammates and impacts the game in subtle ways. Another big benefit is calculating expected possession value. This estimates how much each action during a play is worth based on the likelihood of scoring. It helps evaluate decision-making, like whether a player finds open teammates or takes a good shot. Some teams even use inertial measurement units and local positioning systems to track player load and movement during practices and games. This data helps coaches see how players are doing physically and tactically. All of this adds up to a more complete picture of a player's impact. It objectively measures contributions that aren't obvious, like off-ball movement or defensive positioning. It also helps create new metrics that combine scoring, defense, rebounding, and teamwork. Coaches and analysts can then make smarter decisions during games, knowing exactly how each player influences the outcome. In short, player tracking data uncovers hidden basketball impact by capturing every movement and interaction on the court. It quantifies subtle contributions and allows for more precise evaluations. This approach changes how we understand and measure player impact, making the game even more interesting and fair.